With sunny weather on the horizon, many will be considering a trip to the seaside. There's nothing quite like sitting on the beach licking an ice cream or tucking into fish and chips. The salty air, the sound of the waves, the feel of sand between your toes. It's a sensory experience that spells summer, but often there's an unwanted presence, an extra set of eyes on your sandy snack. An enjoyable day out can quickly be ruined by seagulls diving to steal your food. These brazen birds with their sharp beaks and piercing calls are masters of the smash and grab, leaving a trail of dropped cones and scattered chips in their wake. It might not seem there's much you can do to deter these airborne thieves, and ideally, you don't want to have to scoff your meal down quickly, sacrificing taste and relaxation for fear of a feathered food bandit. Now, an expert has revealed exactly how to prevent the pests stealing your ice cream and chips, and it could be as simple as what you're wearing. Our first line of defense against these avian pirates lies in the art of distraction. Wearing highly contrasting patterns, such as black and white stripes, can help deter the birds, according to an expert. These bold patterns, while fashionable for us, create a confusing visual for the seagulls. Their keen eyesight, so adept at spotting a tasty morsel from afar, struggles to process the rapidly changing patterns as you move. This disorientation makes it difficult for them to judge distance and speed, essential for a successful swoop. Think of it as a natural camouflage, not to blend in, but to stand out in a way that scrambles their visual radar. This simple trick, as easy as throwing on a striped shirt, can be the difference between enjoying your lunch and fending off a flock of feathered fiends. But it's not just about what you wear, but how you wear it. Movement plays a key role in enhancing this visual disruption. The more you move, the more confusing the pattern becomes for the seagulls. So don't be afraid to embrace the summer vibes, stroll along the beach, build sandcastles with the kids, or simply shift your position from time to time. Your dynamic display will keep the gulls guessing and your lunch safe. This technique, however, is not foolproof. While it significantly reduces the chances of a gull-induced snack theft, it's essential to remember that these birds are persistent, adaptable creatures. They've learned to thrive in urban environments, scavenging for scraps and outsmarting unsuspecting humans. So, while the dazzling stripes might deter some, others might see through the ruse. That's why it's crucial to combine this visual deterrent with other preventative measures. Think of it as a multi-layered defense system, each layer reinforcing the other, creating an impenetrable barrier between your food and those hungry, hovering eyes. Our next line of defense is all about asserting dominance, a language these birds understand all too well. It's time to engage in a staring contest, and trust me, you won't want to blink. In the animal kingdom, maintaining eye contact is a powerful signal. It's a way of communicating dominance, of saying, "I see you and I'm not afraid." Seagulls are no strangers to this language, relying on visual cues to navigate their social hierarchy. When a seagull sets its sights on your lunch, it's not just about the food. It's about asserting dominance, about claiming what they believe to be rightfully theirs. They'll often strut around, puffing up their chests and squawking loudly, trying to intimidate you into surrendering your meal. But you hold the power to turn the tables. Maintain eye contact with any gulls that are starting to stray too close. Your unwavering gaze sends a clear message. This is my territory, and I won't back down. Don't be fooled by their bluster and bravado. Deep down, they're hardwired to avoid conflict, especially with a creature significantly larger than themselves. Your steady gaze disrupts their confidence, making them question the risk involved in attempting a snatch and grab. However, this technique requires patience and vigilance. You can't afford to let your guard down, even for a moment. Seagulls are masters of opportunity, and they'll seize any lapse in your attention to launch their attack. Think of it as a game of chicken. The first one to look away loses, and in this case, losing means sacrificing your delicious seaside treat. So keep your eyes on the prize and on the potential feathered thief eyeing it up. But what if you're sharing your lunch with friends and family? It's impractical and frankly quite rude to spend your entire meal staring down seagulls. You'd miss out on the conversation, the laughter, and the joy of sharing a meal with loved ones. Fear not, for there are other ways to outsmart these avian adversaries, methods that don't involve turning into a statue. Let's explore some strategic retreats, places where you can enjoy your food in peace, away from the prying eyes of hungry gulls. Chapter 3. Seeking Sanctuary. Our next tactic takes a page from the art of war, emphasizing the importance of strategic positioning. Where possible, eat underneath a parasol, umbrella, roof, narrowly spaced bunting, or even with your back against a wall. These seemingly ordinary objects become your shields, creating a physical barrier between you and the hovering menace. Seagulls, for all their audacity, are reluctant to dive into confined spaces. The risk of collision, either with the structure itself or with any nearby humans, outweighs the potential reward of a stolen chip. They're opportunistic feeders, not kamikaze pilots. This strategy is particularly effective when dealing with larger flocks. A lone seagull might be brave enough to chance a quick snatch and grab, but a whole flock will think twice before launching a coordinated assault on your picnic. But it's not just about finding cover from above. Remember, these birds are masters of surprise, often approaching from unexpected angles. That's why it's crucial to secure your perimeter, to eliminate any blind spots that might leave you vulnerable to a sneak attack. Eating with your back against a wall, for example, eliminates the element of surprise. You have a clear view of the battlefield, allowing you to anticipate and react to any potential threats. However, finding the perfect defensive position isn't always possible, especially on a crowded beach. Sometimes you have to make do with what you have, adapting your strategy to the environment. That's where our next line of defense comes in, a simple yet often overlooked aspect of seaside dining: bag security. It's time to channel your inner secret agent and master the art of the zip. Chapter 4. The Zip Code of Conduct. In the world of espionage, a single unzipped briefcase can be a mission-ending mistake. The same principle applies to seaside snacking, where an open bag is an open invitation for a feathered heist. Never leave a bag unzipped, no matter how briefly. Seagulls are experts at exploiting vulnerabilities, and an unzipped bag, even for a split second, is all it takes for them to swoop in and make off with your lunch. They're like avian ninjas, lightning fast and incredibly precise. Think of it as a game of cat and mouse, but in this case, you're the one holding the cheese. Your goal is to keep that cheese, your delicious snacks, safely tucked away, out of sight and out of reach. Every time you reach for a chip, a sandwich, or a refreshing drink, make a conscious effort to zip your bag closed. It might seem like a small, insignificant action, but it's a powerful deterrent against opportunistic gulls. But it's not just about protecting your food from theft. An unzipped bag can also lead to accidental spillage, scattering your snacks across the sand, a veritable feast for any nearby seagull. And once the feeding frenzy begins, it's hard to stop. Other gulls, attracted by the commotion and the promise of an easy meal, will flock to the scene, turning your peaceful picnic into a chaotic free-for-all. So remember, the humble zip is your first line of defense against these winged bandits. Treat it with the respect it deserves, and you'll enjoy your seaside snacks without fear of unwanted avian intervention. But what if, despite your best efforts, a seagull manages to snatch a chip or two? What's the protocol? Do you surrender the rest of your lunch? Absolutely not. Our final chapter explores the importance of holding your ground and resisting the urge to appease these feathered pirates. Chapter 5. Resisting the ransom. It's a scenario that plays out on beaches around the world. A seagull swoops down, snatches a chip from an unsuspecting tourist, and then circles back, as if expecting a standing ovation for its audacity. It's tempting in that moment to toss the bird another chip, a peace offering to appease its appetite and avoid further confrontation. But resist the urge. Feeding the gulls, even unintentionally, only reinforces their bad behavior. Every time a seagull successfully steals food, it learns that humans are an easy target. This emboldens them, making them more likely to try their luck again, not just with you, but with other unsuspecting beachgoers. Think of it like this. You wouldn't reward a child for throwing a tantrum, would you? The same principle applies to seagulls. Giving them what they want, even if it's just a single chip, only encourages them to continue their unruly behavior. Instead, stand your ground. Assert your dominance not through aggression, but through unwavering resolve. Let the seagull know that you won't be bullied into surrendering your lunch. Remember, these birds are opportunistic feeders, not malicious villains. They're simply trying to survive, and they've learned that humans are a readily available source of food. It's up to us to teach them that there are consequences for their actions, that stealing is not an acceptable way to obtain a meal. And the most effective way to do that is through consistent, unwavering resistance. Don't give in to their demands. Don't reward their bad behavior. Stand your ground, protect your lunch, and enjoy your seaside picnic in peace. By following these simple tips, you can coexist peacefully with these feathered beachcombers. appreciating their presence without sacrificing your snacks. Remember, it's all about respect, both for these creatures and for the delicate balance of the ecosystem we share. Remember, seagulls are opportunistic feeders and will take any chance they get to snatch your food. But don't let these feathered pirates ruin your day at the beach. By following these simple tips, you can enjoy your seaside snacks without any unwanted interruptions. Remember to wear distracting patterns, maintain eye contact, seek cover, secure your belongings, and never feed the gulls. Thanks for watching.